This module is related to reducing the trade distortions and increasing the market access. Whenever we are going to discuss about trade distortions, actually these includes different kind of tariffs and subsidies which are being imposed by different countries just to restrict the trade. What are the basic reasons behind it? Why countries don't want to trade more and more with each other? There are some causes. We are going to go through these causes. First is the current account imbalances, which is a part of the balance of payment. Imbalances are not allowing countries to make clear their accounts regarding trade because they are going to import more and export less. So exports are going to generate less foreign reserves, foreign exchange, and that foreign exchange is insufficient to make payment for the imports. So this means that kind of imbalance is going to exist which need to be settled down. Secondly, there are huge pressure on imports because high quality goods are required, technological goods are required, capital intensive commodities are required to facilitate the production as well as development process. On the other side, whatever goods and services being exported, they are low valued, raw material, agriculture oriented, textile oriented. So the problem is that their value is not so much high, as well as sometimes their volume is not so much high. On the other side, imports are quite costlier. Therefore, what will happen? Imbalance is going to occur. Another important context is the short of capital, because these countries, most of the developing countries, they are going to face that kind of problem. Say they don't have so much capital available, as well as technological resources which are going to fulfill their basic needs regarding development process. On the other side, most of their firms are not capable to achieve the economies of scale, so the cost of production is quite high for these firms. On the other side, they are incapable to achieve the economies of scope as well. Therefore, these are the basic causes due to which countries have to impose different kind of tariffs or provide subsidies to their producers to make sure that whatever production or productive capacity exists in their economy should continue for a long period of time. Therefore, here a basic trade policy framework is required. The purpose of this trade policy framework is to facilitate or increase trade among the countries. Most of the time for developing countries, these policies are not consistent as well as stable. Inconsistency and instability in these policies are not going to make sure that for what purpose the policies are designed is going to achieve. On the other side, they desperately require foreign direct investment to get maximum capital resources to increase their productive gains. On the other side, their market share is not so much high, so they want to expand their market share. But that at that front, they are going to face more competition. So they have to become more competitive. So the purpose of reducing tariff to increase trade is difficult to achieve for them. Even that is the major theme behind the World Trade Organization, or that is just like slogan of that World Trade Organization. So if they are going to reduce the tariff, on the other side, they are going to increase the non-tariff barriers. So net effect may not be positive. So if we are going to just focus on what kind of distortion may exist in terms of import side and export side, import duties, subsidies may be given, export duties and subsidies, export taxes and subsidies may be imposed, quotas and licensing are there. However, you know that sometimes public monopolies are there, so state trading is going on both sides. In case of competition policy, anti-cartel enforcement, or on the other side, antitrust exemptions may be given, anti-dumping and safeguard measures may be taken for contingent protection. Therefore, there are different options in case of policy instrument, and these policy instruments are going to focus on import side or export side or on both. And if we are going to observe the trade distortions, how they are going to change, here we need to understand the border effect. Interestingly, border effect shows they are declined over the time. So consistently they are declining downward. So it means at least border effect is not going to negatively or hurt the trade. So trade is going to be facilitated due to their downward trends. Border effect is not going to create a hazard. across, mostly these are the different trade organizations and regions and associations, so they are going to trade with each other most effectively. If we are going to compare the level of market access to the developing countries and then the change in these northern market access, previously that was the access, the green area showing the more access, so these regions have more access. And how it is going to change, if we observe, then this dark area actually shows it increased. So that increased, it is just, this means at least these are the areas where some kind of change appeared in terms of during the process of few years, last few decades. So that this means it is going to increase the access to the northern markets. So therefore, this map also reflects that actually over the time, countries are capable to reduce distortion to increase the market access. Therefore, the process towards globalization is continued. The speed of that process may be a bit slow, specifically for developing countries due to their problems, due to which they have imposed the market distortions.